Hello everyone. Welcome to Legal Talk with Atty Franklin. I'm your host, Atty Franklin, and we are gonna speak on yet another topic on this our series of debunking legal myth, meaning trying to clear the way on all these legal misconceptions we have in our Liberian legal landscape. So the topic I'm going to speak about today is called statutory rape, meaning rape by law. And it mainly affects young people, though even the other ones are also affected by it. But I've heard in previous jobs I had and legal awareness sessions I had held in the communities, a lot of young people be like, "Oh, Brabi, they get can say I rape her, they get I'm born. Oh, Brabi, they can say I rape her, that they get approach me. Oh, Brabi, they get can say I rape her, they get and she started doing maybe a long time ago." Because we should know statutory rape involves minors, meaning people who are lower than 18. And when you're lower than 18, in law they say you don't have the legal age of consent, because that age is tied to consent. We should take that into consideration. Under our law, the penal law, which is the big book, has to do with all the crimes. Statutory rape is considered as a felony, meaning it's a big crime. It can lead up to 10 years or even more in jail. So, statutory rape is found in the penal law in section 1470, subsection B, Roman numerals 3. And the law speaks about the various elements of statutory rape. And because some people have gone through that case, they even went through the Supreme Court. You know, the Supreme Court in Liberia is the biggest judicial body. We'll also see the different courts that we have in our country on another video. But in Liberia, when you go Magisterial Court, Circuit Court, Supreme Court, after Supreme Court are gone now. So somebody even went way to the Supreme Court with the same case of statutory rape. And one major Supreme Court case is the case of Namely versus His Honor Emery S. Pay. That also went to this that also discussed this case of statutory rape. And in both the law and the Supreme Court, the elements or the major element considered was always age, which is tied to consent. Why do we talk about age and consent? Under the general principles of law, when you have not reached the age of consent, which is 18 under Liberian law, you cannot enter into any form of contract, both social and formal contract. That's when in Liberia, the legal age of consent for marriage is 18. That's the minimum, So you cannot enter into a contract with somebody when you are below the age of 18, be it a social contract or a formal contract. Social contract here is like the contract of the romantic contract here that a girl will have with a boy or the boy will have with a girl, because rape can happen. Men can be raped. It sounds funny, but yeah, some men that will enjoy and will actually say they want to be raped, but if they know how to rape, then they will not say the same thing. But rape works on two folds. So even the women can be raped. So the woman can be raped and the men then too can be raped. So in this scenario now, whenever you meet a girl who is 17 years, 11 months and 29 days, she is still a minor, meaning she's still below the age of consent under our law. I like to take this example because whenever the example I talk about those young men, I talk say they get unborn, they get boyfriend, or they get approach him or that one. I usually take this example of, let's say I have a cassava farm right behind my house. Monday I go check my cassava, they not steal it. Tuesday they steal it. Wednesday they steal it. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday I go, I catch somebody. Law and logical. For everybody who did law, you can ask them. The first degree in law you have is LLB, Bachelor in Law and Logic. So law is logic. So if every day you go and check your farm and somebody stole cassava from your farm, the day you catch roll on your farm, what does the logic tells you? You are the one who has been stealing my cassava all those days. That's just logic, That's just simple logic. Now, it doesn't mean that if someone was stealing before, they will make you pay for the person crime. It doesn't mean that. But it simply means that you that they catch. Same thing with the road. When the police officer on the road, they will not catch everybody that ain't get people. But you that they catch, they will hold you because you didn't get people. No, you will not say, oh, but the other men didn't have people, why you didn't catch him? That's not how it works. They caught you didn't have people, you're against the law, so they will catch you. That's the same way it works with statutory rape. So the excuse of she not born, she no men bene, she don't want to approach you, it doesn't work. When that case go to court, there is only one question: how old is the girl, or how old is the boy? If there's any proof that the person is below the age of 18 and you, the alleged perpetrator, you are above the age of 18, you are accused of statutory rape and you have to go and spend some time in jail. So we should be very mindful of that. Very mindful and very careful on this thing. So if we have our younger ones, cousins, uncles, anybody around who is mingling around somebody who might be a minor, you need to let the person know the person can be accused of statutory rape if the facts are found to be true. So let me give a brief reminder. Statutory rape by law. You have sexual intercourse with a minor, which is a person below the age of 18, and you are above the age of 18, you can or you should be accused of statutory rape. What are the elements to be considered when speaking about statutory rape? The age of the victim or the alleged victim and the age of the alleged perpetrator. If the victim is below the age of 18 and the alleged perpetrator is above the age of 18, the victim is said to not have reached the age of consent. So she can't say yes to anything you ask her to do. The consideration here is like someone who is 18 and below is considered as someone who is mentally ill, because you guys should know they don't say somebody is crazy. That's a bad term. The term is mentally ill. So anybody who is below the age of 18 in our law is seen like someone who is mentally ill. Because someone who's mentally ill who does something to you, you cannot blame him because he's sick. You can't blame someone who is sick for an action that is linked to his sickness. The person here not alright. What you want the person to do? Why you blame the person to? Oh no, the man slapped me, I'll carry the man to prison. But you can't carry somebody that's sick and that slap you due to a sickness to prison for that. The man don't even know what he's doing. You are carrying to the court, he will not even know what he ate. So you can't punish him for something he didn't even know. That's how they consider people who are 18 and below. Like, the people don't get sense. They can't tell you yes because they don't even know what they're doing. The law is trying to protect those people because they believe that, okay, these guys don't have experience, someone with more experience can make use of them, abuse them and all the like. So they're trying to protect them. It's not trying to punish people that have relationships, no, but we're trying to protect the younger ones. So like I said, if you have anybody in your community that is close or mingling with someone who's a minor, please let the person know that that's not all right. Also, if you yourself, via this video, you have been suffering from something similar to statutory rape, or you know someone in your environment who is suffering from this statutory rape kind of circumstance, you can either report him to any CSO around that does with human rights, or you can go to the Women and Children Protection section of the Liberian National Police and report said case to them. We shouldn't forget